Good morning. Let me just turn a few bits on. Just bear with me. Oh, yeah. Saturday, 1st of August. Oh, yes. 1st of August. Just bear with us. I'll wait for a few people to pop in anyway, so. It's all good. It's all good. Right. How are we? Are we all okay? Oh, lovely to see you all. Thanks for tuning in. I want to give a big shout out to my mate, if I can find it. It's so funny. He's caricatured me. It's really, and why someone would take the time to do that is beyond me. Do you think it's going to kick off in towns and cities today? Your comments are always validly important of what goes on in my country. And around the world, for that matter of fact. We are not isolated. We've imported the Chinese model of communism over the vid juice, haven't we? We followed the exact role model of China. But the difference between England, Ireland, and Scotland, Wales to China is that we're communist. But we've followed exactly the same model. Our government said, we don't want to lock you down. We don't have to make you do this. We don't have to make you do this. But that's just the punchline. That's just a Punch and Judy show, right? And that's a kicker. I'll never forget being down my mum's for Mother's Day. I was such a rebel. I took me and my partner, my gorgeous missus, down to see my mum for Mother's Day. We had a nice afternoon. It was very warm. And then Mum turns on the BBC News, and she's glued to it. I can't stand it. I'm just sitting there, playing with a dog. I can't handle watching the BBC News unless I've got an airsick bag. If I've got an airsick bag or something like that close to hand, just in case I'm going to vom, I might be tempted to. But I haven't watched the BBC News for years, apart from laugh at it, which I do on many occasions. I know how to discern with my own mind, right? And that's what we're here for, So Mum's watching the news, and Boris, the coronavirus specialist, and by the way, he'd made a very swift recovery from having the coronavirus and being in hospital. And then they're saying, oh, he's set up now. He's playing games. He's probably playing with one of the nurses. Come here, wench. I want to have my way with thee. Probably that's what, that's who these people think they are. They think they're gods, and they are not. So Boris is back within a week and a half. Yes, did want to. And then, so he's saying, we don't want to lock England down. Very next, I said to my mum, watch what happens tomorrow. What's tomorrow's news, mother? I'm going to give you a prediction right here, right now, that although he's saying we don't want to lock, because people are being so selfish, so disrespectful, we don't want to have to lock the country down, but we might just have to. What did he do the very next day? Because you're all so naughty within 24 hours. So naughty, you lot. My God. That's it. I've locked the country down. I just thought, wow. If people believe this dribble that the BBC doles out, I'm afraid they deserve everything they get. I think they're playing with your feed. You can hear me, right? Everyone can hear me. Can't stay long, off to Manchester for a silent protest. Justice for Ellie, oh bless. I just wonder, we've seen all this paedophiling stuff coming out in Hollywood now. Epstein, Tom Hanks, all the others, Ellen DeGeneres. I just wonder which of the Hollywood so-called elite actors are not actually, not who is, but who isn't. That's what I want to get at. Who isn't a paedophile? Yeah, it slows down now and again. That's probably just my internet connection, Trev. It could be my local village. You see, everyone's at home now. So they're probably all pulling on the interweb, whatever you want to call it. But everything seems to be working. You went slightly Metal Mickey. I used to love Metal Mickey. My God, what a program that was! I used to love Mum. When's Little Mickey on? I used to love it. So yeah, I'm going to try and share a picture with you yesterday. Someone caricatured me. So funny. So I was crying with laughter. It was just so cool. Let me have a look, see if I can log in, and we'll have a look, see what's going on. Anna Breeze's channel is phenomenal. It's going really, really good. Anna, as she's an ex-BBC journalist. What she's doing is she is giving people voice, right? She's getting people to be brave enough to do their own podcasts with their views of what they think about this and that going on, and she's airing them. Okay, she's giving them a voice. It's so funny. Yeah, look, you're going to like this. This is so cool because I normally I normally hang on a sec. Oh, you could see that anyway. I'm just going to go bigger, right? What's this? This is so funny. Hopefully you can see this because I won't be able to see you a second. Someone has caricatured me. Look, they've got down here. It's from my friend William Robin Wallace. Here's one for you, Dave. Look, that's uncanny, isn't it? He's even got me fat jawline. Look, and my little creases above my mouth to my nose. That is so cool with the glasses, and that is just cool, man. That is. I was laughing yesterday when I see that. I was like, wow. He took the time out to do that about little old me. Bless him. None of the bastards because they wouldn't be like. So, what I want to try and achieve with all of you lovely people out there is bring back morals, bring back value of life, because there is no value of life right now. It's just you pay your mortgages, you pay your bills, and that's all you are. And it's a complete and utter travesty. There was a picture someone just posted on Facebook of a copper in America with his sidearm on, kneeling down, praying, and he's got the Holy Bible on the floor in front of him, and everyone's saying, "Can I get an amen?" And I just commented, I can't help myself with the atrocities that the police carry about us and the violations that they commit every single day. They don't worship the Bible, because to worship would mean that they'd have to live by it, and they don't. It's just lip service. So I said, well, if he wants to worship the word, he might as well start living by it. And that means no tax, insurance, no MOT. None of that's mentioned in here. None of the codes and statutes of this stupid government is mentioned in the King James Version Bible. It does say you should keep thy law and thy statutes, right? But the statutes in this book are the 10 Commandments, right? Which is Exodus chapter 20. That's the only statutes which are written law, and we've obviously been loaded them. And all these the laws that Parliament passes are immoral and unjust. It's not moral to keep fining people. It's not moral to keep bashing them up and killing them. It's not moral to have almost killed 2,000 people in police custody since 1990 with no, even if they did get justice, there's no justification in what they do. A friend of mine got hold of me yesterday, Joanne. She said her son got arrested, handcuffed. They cut his clothes off of him, and they've just basically beat him to a pulp. So he's had to go to a doctor's to get examined. And the police seem to think that's exonerating conditions, and that they're allowed to do this to us now. They're allowed to beat us. They're allowed to just cut our clothes off and beat us. Nasty bastards. And people like that, I'd happily see swing. I'd happily see violating people like that. Luckily for me, I know within myself that the actions that they carry out whilst wearing that uniform, they will be judged for it. I'll guarantee you. when they stand before the altar, when they cross over and they've got their book of deeds in front of them, let me tell you, they're not going to a nice place, ladies and gentlemen. No, they're not going to a nice place. The Bible doesn't give them a right to do that. They don't have a right to own us, to beat us, to get away with it. The police in this country need to be held responsible for their criminality. They're criminals. They're absolute biggest bunch of criminals this country's ever seen. Sold us right out. Nigel Farage went to a hotel yesterday where he was ushered out. A G4S security guard turned up, and this whole hotel has been shut down and hired by G4S for people coming across the channel in these boats from France. The French are obviously playing their part in allowing this to take place. And because all the lefties, didn't they? All the do-gooders. There's so many fucking do-gooders in this country. Oh, you have to consider where they've come from, darling. You have to consider the sufferance that they've been through. Really? Oh. What about the sufferance when they're slitting people's throats? Look, I don't care about someone's skin color. If you're a mentalist, you're a mentalist, right? Regardless of color, skin, race, whatever, you're just a fucking turd if you want to go and do stuff like that. But I do get why they're coming to do that, because we've bombed the shit out of their countries, right? If we're naive to sit here and think that these people that we've dislodged them from their lands, probably killed their wives, killed their children, and dropped shit on their houses. If you think they're coming for choir practice, ladies and gentlemen, you're sadly mistaken. And a few people the other week on an LGBT thing, wherever it was at Reading, 3 of them have had their throat slit, like a ritual, like a slaughter in the streets. Because, ladies and gentlemen, these people are not vetted. I'm all for immigration and different people coming in to do whatever. I think everyone has the right to go and live wherever they want to live in the world. But if you don't have a standing and you're not vetted and you're not normal, you're not non-violent, and you don't want to come and slit people's throats, then I really don't understand what this UK government is playing at. It's like a Trojan horse. It's like Troy. It's like every boat that comes in is a Trojan horse, right? Yeah. And if you think this is all going to go away, this is all to do with the EU. They cut his clothes off. Yeah, they did. They handcuffed him. Joanna, she messaged me last night. She said, I'm really upset. She said, my son's been arrested. Whilst in cuffs, they've cut his clothes off and beat the shit out of him. Lovely, aren't they? How lovely are our police farce. How beautiful are they? How do they get it in their heads? They swear this oath, the policeman's oath. I promise to serve with impartiality, with due diligence. We can get the oath up. We can have a look at the oath. And then they descend into violent wankers. Well, I've got all the weapons. I can do what I like. Really? How choice are you? You shouldn't have the right to do that. You shouldn't have the right to do that. Went to local shops, Dave. Everyone had masks on. Yeah, well, we're in the wheat and the chaff, Trev. We're in the parable of the sower, mate. Let me tell you. Every time I read Revelation, which I do, and I listen to it on podcasts all the time, I'm just reminded of the time period that we're living in right now, because we really, really are in that time period. And Revelation is all about the return of this guy. Yeah. Now, people seem to think that first time around when he was here, he wore a crest of thorns and got persecuted and stuck on a cross and had his wrists nailed and his feet nailed, and then a Roman soldier pierced him and let his waters and his blood pass. They see Jesus as this all compassionate, loving individual, which he is. But if you read Revelation, he don't come back like that. He comes back as a rock star. He comes back as hard as nails. And it's a choice. Because when he first come, he come to forgive the sins of humanity, mankind. He's a bit like jumping out of an aeroplane without a parachute. Would you today go on a plane up at 15, 20,000 feet, skydiving, and the green light comes on and they say, jump, jump, jump. Would you jump out of that aeroplane without a parachute? You're not going to, because you'll know that you're going to get death pretty much when you hit the ground. So you put the parachute on for safety. And that's what Christ was. He came to signify, and he was your parachute. He forgave your sins and your debts and all this and that and the other stuff, and he washed it all away with his blood. But in Revelation, when he comes back double hard. And he comes back with a bronze sword, and his feet are burning like this and that, and his eyes are as white as the sun. And it's a choice. He comes back with this sword, and it comes out the mouth, and it's about what side are you going to be on? Yeah, you're going to be on his side, or you're going to be on the side of the Luciferians. I know what side I'm going to be on. And I don't care what persecution I have to go through. I'm not moving from that position. Not a chance. I'm not moving from that position. Because my sufferance while I'm here in my physical form is nothing to what goes on when we leave our bodies, ladies and gentlemen. People always say to me, Dave, do you believe in the spirit world? I say, yeah, absolutely. And they say, well, how can you be so sure? I said, well, because you're stood in front of me. And they go, what are you talking about? I said, are you not a spirit in a body? And that's all you are. You're just a spirit in a body, ladies and gentlemen. And I certainly wasn't created by Boris Johnson. I certainly wasn't created by Margaret Thatcher or John Major or Virginia Bottomley or all these other twats. I was created by the divine. I'm going to live by that, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use it like a sword. I'm going to wield that sword of my spirit and my soul is my custody, my jurisdiction. I am the subject matter. Okay. I'm not going to have anybody violate me no more. Certainly no one from the system. I'm not going to have it. 1st of August, Celtic calendar, Lammas, thought to mean loaf mass, the bread made from the first corn harvested. There was once a lamb mass held at the Cathedral of St. Peter's in York. Wow. Hello, Kenneth. Lovely to see you, my brother. Auntie Mandy, don't move them on the gated communities, do they? They brought people here from years. Now they've been fighting. They're fighting age men. Yeah, I'm not seeing all the women and the children. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not a racist. I'm a realist. If we have people in this country that have come for war and are more than happy to go out and slit people's throats, and I get it. Trust me, I'll get their rage. If you smashed my country up and took my missus and killed my missus and kids and that, you sure I wouldn't be a little bit cheesed off and want to come for a bit of war? Yeah, of course I would. Yeah, and you've got to be foolish to think otherwise. You know, you got to be a lefty retard if you've got to think where they come from. No, England's so greater than now. Yes. And where are these people when all this stuff happens? Where are they with their great advice and wisdom on how to be and how you should act? So all these years since the European Union, that we've been part of the European Union, you ain't leaving the European Union. God forbid, you won't never leave the grip of the European Union. I don't care how many promises Boris Johnson gives you. You're not leaving. You're going to be in the grip of Europe now forever. Trust me. They're not going away. So slowly, it's all been. You've been told what to do. You've been told, put your seatbelts on, send your kids to school. We're going to fine them. Wear your muzzles, wear your mask, wear this, wear that. You can't smoke in a pub no more. You can't do this. You can't do that. You've got to book up. So they're taking the piss, people, because this isn't a free country. England, the land of the free, apparently. I'd like to see what that is. I really would. I'd like to see the freedom. I'm not seeing it. Now, the freedom in this country is a privilege. The illusion of freedom that you've all got, all the people go out, rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Are you paying your council tax? Yes, of course I am. Well, you're not free then, are you, mother trucker? Free means free. There's no other way you can describe freedom. Free means free in your life, in your equity, in your substance, in your wisdom. It means that you're free and that no man or woman can come and make demands on you. You can't have a bailiff come round in a free unless you've stolen. That's what bailiffs were for. Bailiffs were there to repatriate property if someone had been round and stolen stuff. Now, the judges were appointed to have honour in this country, and that system was set up so that we all stop killing each other, all right? Because back then in the day, if you nicked someone's stuff, a lot of times most people would go round and kill an individual to get their stuff back. So the system was set up years ago, and the judges were appointed, and the law was put into place to stop that. It was to stop everyone killing each other. People used to go on duels. I challenge you to a duel, young man. And they'd do like 10 paces, 20 paces, 30 paces, turn around, single shot, muskets, and, best shot wins. That's how disputes were solved. If, a couple of gentlemen might have been fighting over a lady trying to get in her pants, and I challenge you to a duel. Boom, one's dead, one's not. One got hit in the arm, but we packed all that up. We said we can't live like that no more because it's not a decent way of living. So we chose to have this system where we would allow a judge to be an arbitrator between two parties. And the biggest word in the system with law and business, whatever it is honour and dishonour. They're the two biggest words. If you make presentments to these companies and they dishonour you, and you can prove that dishonesty, then let me tell you, that's the biggest sin. The biggest sin that the legal system or the judges can be involved in is dishonour, and they know it. It should all be about honour, but we don't have any honourable people left. They talk about, oh, my right honourable friend. It's bollocks. And bollocks is the Latin word for legal, by the way, with one L. They don't have any honour, because if they had honour, they wouldn't have let the business corporate worlds take them over. Now, you've all been familiar in this country of getting bills in the post from a energy company or a council. Oh, we're going to take the court, and they come with so much blaseness. They go, oh yeah, no, we're going to court. We're going to court. It's like they're excited to get there, and you have to question why they're excited to get there. They're eager to get there because they know the game is rigged. They know that the corporations, the councils, the energy companies, Southern Water, all these other things, these conglomerates, whatever it is you want to call them, they're unreal. They're so eager to go to court because they know that the judges and the magistrates and the clerks work for them. They are all the corporations. So what the courts are the henchmen of the corporations. They're just merely there to make you comply. That is it. The police, every time you get pulled over, he gets his book out, he's booking you up. You've done 36 and a 30, you didn't observe that road cone, you went round the road cone the wrong way, whatever it is. Out comes the book, and bosh, bit of paperwork. Like, you'll get a summons and you'll have 28 days to pay it. Well, hang on a minute, Constable. Are you trying to rob from my estate? Are you trying to suffer me a loss, suffer me a tort? What's going on? That's all they're there for. They're just revenue collectors. The police are nothing more than bankers, prostitutes. And that's the truth. And we've all allowed this to happen. Me, myself, and I don't allow that. I don't allow police and corporations and courts to touch my estate and equity. I won't allow it. I don't grant them subject matter jurisdiction. I will not, because they're in violation of what they swore to be. They're not there to rape us. There's a woman a couple of days ago I see in a train station not wearing a muzzle, her own free will and choice. and 2 coppers, 3 coppers, escorting her off, giving her fines, this, that, the other. It's reminiscence of sins of Nazi Germany. There's no I allow you to travel on this train today. And if you carry on with this line of things, it's going to shoot you. That's what they've become. And whether they can see it or not, that's not my problem. Because they're just following orders. Why did you beat that woman to a pulp? Well, just following orders. My governor said I could do it. Oh, your governor said you could violate that soul, right? Well, yeah. Oh. At not one point did you question your own morality. No. Well, therefore, you are void of morality. You have none. You have no standing. Morality is the highest standpoint you can have. Morals and honor is the value in this world, let me tell you. And the police have none. They're just a criminal element to the cartel. They're just the Rottweiler. The judge is the handler. The councils are the handlers. They're the ones. And on the leash, they've got the councils. Councils have got them on a leash. The police are on the end there, giving you all the big teeth. The council sat back saying, listen, I'm not getting dirty. I'm just going to undo the leash and let them on you. You won't find anybody in these corporations, in these councils, any of the directors. They're too arrogant to get their hands dirty. They won't come round your house and have a beef with you about you ain't paid this month. They send the rotties round. They send the dogs of war round. And the Rottweiler, the dogs, the police, they're the ones coming around pissing up your lamppost. What's going on here then? Well, copper, you're a violator. You're only here for business. You're not here to uphold the laws of the land, are you? You're not here to uphold my natural rights. You're here as a violator. Well, I think judgment's coming for these people. I really do. Big shout out to my friend Toby Lee yesterday. He was up in Victoria train station and he was having a chat with security guards and managers, and the head man of security come up with his arms crossed like this with his big tattoos. He seemed quite a nice guy, really. Toby went, come on, mate. He said, you're taking the piss. He said, you're just wearing that because you're told to. He said, yeah, I am. He said, you're just following orders. He said, yeah. He said, what about the Nuremberg codes? He said, and then what happens once you've got everyone used to the muzzles and you're making them wear the muzzles? Then what next? What else, other draconian? He said, you're the ones responsible for the violation of this Nuremberg. And this security was like, oh. He was like, well. So my mate Toby went up to Victoria. He was shouting at everyone, why are you wearing the muzzle? Take it off. There's no fucking pandemic. There's no scamdemic. There's just not. Because if there was, legend, I wouldn't be out. I wouldn't be nowhere near anybody. Listen, if there was a thing out right now where masses of the population were dropping dead, I wouldn't leave this place. I'd be in my office and my house all the time and just roaming. I wouldn't be going out. No, I'd be sat indoors watching the flat screen, watching movies, listening to radio. I'd have my shopping delivered. I wouldn't be going nowhere because I love my life. I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. And that's the truth of the matter. I just wouldn't. Mikey Reynolds, I had a ferocious argument in London because I have not a mask on in Victoria Station. Oh, so you went, hey, because you didn't have a mask on. Go on, Mikey. Oh, mate, you make me proud to know you. Fair play. Fair play. So, look, Mikey Reynolds lives around the corner from me. Love him like a brother. I see him come out of the paper shop the other day. I was up top of the stairs and I went, oi, handsome. I looked over, he's getting his missus' mini. That's not a euphemism for sex anyway. And he was just got his local bits and bobs from his supermarket and he was all casual. He walked back over to his car. He was all casual. I went, I recognise that handsome fella. Mike Reynolds just exudes this soul and spirit. He's got this real big energy about him and I love him for it. He's a gorgeous man. So he's had a ferocious argument in London. The thing for me, Mike, is if someone's got a muzzle on, a face nappy, and they're having a hissy fit at you, I would just say, do your mask not work then? A friend of mine this morning, here we go. He's just, let's have a look down your pipe. Look at this, look. This is someone's caricature of me. That is so. That's a right uncanny likeness, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Check that. So let me see if I can find this other thing. Right. Yeah, look. Let's turn the volume. Hang on. Let's turn. Let's see if we got. Let's expand it. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but of course it's all about looking after out for everybody else's welfare, isn't it? Sarcasm intended.
Yeah, see how dirty that is.
Of course it's all about looking after out for.
It's dirty, isn't it? It's dirty, man.
Welfare, isn't it?
It's dirty. It's dirty. Look, there's Toby yesterday. He's up there. Everyone's got their face muzzles on. Mars, wankers everywhere. Government equals government. Govern is the mind. No, meant is the mind in French, and govern means to control. If you look up the definition of terrorism, it's in the dictionary. It comes up as government by intimidation. Isn't it? This is a great one. If by any chance you see someone constructing this, please let me know. I'd be on it. Fucking, I'll tell you. Wouldn't I be on it? My friend yesterday, Ravi, she's up in London there. They've just put up a massive 5G cell tower near where she lives, and she's in Christ. She's up there giving it large, putting notices on, telling them that they're killing everybody. 5G people, let me tell you, it's so dangerous. Here's one for you. Soulless beings, approximately 1/2 of the human beings on Earth are all portals. Soulless beings who keep real human beings in line with the Matrix control system. I kind of go with that. I really do. I consider myself to be one of the 144,000 because my soul is certainly switched on. I can't even think what I've come in here for. Oh, it's to show the mask, wasn't it? Here, look. Ellen DeGeneres under investigation. Personally, now I don't care what someone's sexuality is. It means nothing to me. It's up to you. But Ellen looks like a geezer. I know you do get that. You get some women that do look like fellas, but I reckon that she's a man for some reason. I don't know why, but dozens of employees on the Ellen DeGeneres show have come forward in a new bombshell report alleging sexual harassment and misconduct by some of the show's top executive producers. It's fucking disgusting, isn't it? Right. I'm going to get into a bit of... I can't see whether you can see what I'm seeing, actually. I haven't put no other devices over me this morning. Let me find some testimonies from Anna Breeze's channel. Let's just have a quick look. Anna. Now, Anna is BBC, ex-BBC, mobile journalism, and come up with the term new media, empowering and educating everyone to have... It could be a mission statement, I guess. So this is Breeze, right? Breeze channel. She's encouraging everybody to do their own podcasts, to get their views. And so what they're doing is they're sending in their bits and bobs. Let me just turn this up so you can see the screen a bit better. We're going to have a listen to Carol, 64. She's in Sheffield.
Hi, Anna. I have spoke on a few of the channels where people have popped on and wrote to you little notelets, but when I think about it, I was worried about speaking camera-wise. I'm hoping I can send you this because when I've got a laptop, so I've got to find a way to attach this to the board. It's a little learning thing for me. I just wanted to say, like others, things has been going on a long time. For us as a family, we've been aware for a long time. There's a lot going on. I've said I think last time I went into, in Sheffield, we've got Meadowall, into Debenhams and Boots. It just went over the top, cosmetic wise. Become a cosmetic department. What were going on there? What was there? Each shop you went into, that shop, can have that dress, them trousers, can have from that shop, that shop. We were took over, we've been took over, it's crept in and then it's just gone mad. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm also intuitive. I had a big dream, year 2000. If you want me to tell you about that at some time, I will do. I had a huge dream that kind of left me in a mess. I went somewhere in this dream, and it was an awakening. Not an experience I would want to go there again, but it woke me up, made me think, study what's going on. So I was quite poorly after that, and I've had degenerative spine disease. I've got asthma, raised blood pressure, raised cholesterol. I'm 64. My name is Carol. I'm 64. I have my husband has multiple sclerosis. He was diagnosed in 2009. Multiple sclerosis. He's 66. So, as you can imagine, I'd already started doing a little bit of, I knew something was going on. But it's all right, you knowing something's going on, but if you've got people around you that aren't, let's just say as weak as what you are, that's another difficult path. So our journey come beginning of year, when we went into lockdown, well, let's just say it was a very scary time for me because I have issues. I'm protecting my husband issues. We decided to lock down, totally lock down, and go into shielding. As you know, we were entitled to shielding due to my health and my husband's health, but not if you're not on their list. And we didn't get on their list. Spoke to doctors who pretended he has no idea about the list, but it had to come from the GP to the NHS for the list. So we're aware. And not only that, another thing, we live on a major road, main road, in and out of Sheffield, North Sheffield. And under normal circumstances, it's busy. All day, every day, even most nights. We live on main road. And the amount of ambulances, fire engines, things that go up that road every hour is horrendous sometimes. When it's been raining or it's hot. Lockdown. Nothing. Now you would expect if we're in a pandemic that this road here would, although it's quiet, it'd be every 2 minutes, wouldn't you? Lockdown, pandemic. It was the quietest time. We lived on a lovely leafy village that was quiet, other than people moving around. Up there in Tarkett, checking a dog. Never seen so many dogs around here, did you?
And bless her heart, this is the thing. People were out walking their dogs, what they was entitled to do. We use this word, we throw this word entitlement around like a cheap bottle of wine. We don't have entitlements, ladies and gentlemen. We have rights. Yeah, we don't have entitlements.
We didn't know so many neighbourhood had dogs. Don't know what they were doing.
Again.
The other thing is pathway. We have a narrow pathway. I wouldn't say we're even a metre. So when we go out on our little walks, we're not confined by the 2 metre distancing. Because if I have to walk up with my husband if we go out, because he has is MS, he has an eye issue.
What I like about what's going on here with Carol and all the others that are now popping up on Breeze's channel, and feel free to do your own. I'll share your testimonies for sure. I will, because we got to get this message out, ladies and gentlemen, that we're in the middle of a pandemic, scamdemic. And this is all about control and taking away of rights and liberties. That's all that's going on here. And you should value your rights and liberties more than you worry about a virus, let me tell you. You've got to protect your rights. Now, Anna Breeze is doing a fantastic job. Now, Trotsky, back many years ago, he said, he who controls the media controls the minds, all right? So we've had many, many years of Channel 4, BBC droning at us, giving us their official narrative of the world, and it's wrong. It's not right. But they're slipping by the wayside. People are attacking the Jeremy Vine show for being biased and corrupt. People are now attacking the BBC. People are now defunding the BBC. The BBC, as today, over millions paying people than it did 12 to 15 years ago. Because we went on a campaign years ago to say to people, look, this license fee is poppycock. And I proved it over 12 years ago. I told them to jog on. I wasn't sponsoring Jimmy Savile and to give me my money back. And then they wrote saying, we might send a detective van or a man round. And I rang them out. I said, listen, you've been warned now, and I'm giving this warning to you in writing. If you send anyone round home, my private life, I'll knock them out. I will smash the granny out of them. And they said, is that a threat? I went, no, it's a promise. You've been warned. And this ain't going to be off the cuff. You've got it in writing. You've been warned. Come to my house, expect trouble. I have the right to live in privacy. I have the right to live without fear of these corporations coming through my front door. So the BBC's been defunded because we all started going on a campaign using social media outlets to say to the BBC, you're a bunch of pedos. So if you are sponsoring the BBC and you are paying that license fee, just to let you know, you are sponsoring pedos. You are. No question about that. Outside the BBC, obviously, they've got a big statue of a paedophile cut in the stonework masonry, a man with a child with all these bits and pieces hanging out. It's disgusting. And the artist that created the thing, all these other pieces of works were taken down and smashed, but the BBC went, oh, actually, no, leave that one there. We quite like it. So the point I'm trying to make, and we're going to listen to Carrie. She's got a couple more minutes, bless her, right? And she's been pretty brave, right, doing this. She's in the bathroom. Looks like she's been using a nice bit of cleaner on this. Got nice shiny tiles, lovely towel rail. Looks like she's been dusting. Yeah, she's got a little fluffy thing on her soap rail there, so she can get in there and have a right lava up. Yeah, bless her heart. She's gone in. She's probably got the kids running around the house. Will you lot shut up? Fucking hell! I'm gonna have to go in the bathroom now to do this podcast. What's going on? So she's gone and locked herself in the bathroom. She's concentrating away. Bless her heart. Very brave woman. Very, very, very brave woman. Yeah, what I'm saying is we defunded the BBC many years ago, and there's over 3 million people now that don't fund the BBC, which is brilliant news.
That makes things not stable. So when we go for a walk, he hooks up with me, so it just balances him. Now, anybody passing us on the same side of the road, we have to stand flat to edge so they can pass. So, and it's still not 2 meters distancing. So where does that come in? We forgot about all these things. People that once they tell us something, our mind goes off thinking, oh, is that just they forget. I know we're like all trying to do as we're told, or we're all complying, we're all helping one another get through this. But we've all got questions, and you can see them in everybody's eyes. Was she not wearing a mask? Do I need to wear a mask? You can see it. And I'll be honest, Anna, you can feel it now. There's something dark, but people are waking up. That's just all I wanted to say this morning. If I think of anything else, Doctor's wife said.
Bless her. That's Carol there. Let's have another little video from someone else here. We've got Ailey. Look, Ailey's 55. She's from Manchester. It's like a dating site, isn't it? Ian Wilson, 54 in Bournemouth. He's a narrowboat owner. We've got Zadig Khan. He's got a 10-minute. He's got a lot to say. He's a food manufacturer. We've got Tatiana from West Berkshire. Oh, they're posh in West Berkshire. Let's have a listen to Tatiana.
Hi, Anna. My name is Tatiana. I'm 35 and I live in West Berkshire.
Posh.
Family, and I'm very afraid for for their future, and I don't agree with this new normal. We've been told what to do and when to see our family and when to go out, and it's just simply unacceptable. I have family in Russia which are fully awake, same as me. Um, I started research a while back, before the lockdown, and as lockdown progressed, I researched more and more, and I was listening to a lot of American doctors mainly, and then I came across London Real, Brian Rose, and also joined a couple of other groups on Facebook who were questioning the narrative.
She's made a fantastic point. Now, I want to tell you about a story, right? Now, about 4 years ago, I was watching a YouTube video. Someone had posted it up via Facebook of two, I would say, Jamaican girls in their early 20s, maybe slightly younger, actually, Brixton or wherever. And they're in they're outside their flat, just outside the front door. There's 3 or 4 policemen and a couple of players. And these two black girls are really giving it to these people. And I'm sitting there, I'm getting right empowered listening to them. I'm thinking, wow, these girls are informed. So they're bashing away, saying the bailiff got no power, the police got no power. And I'm thinking, where are these young girls, little youths? Where they getting their info from? And then they come up with the kicker. They mentioned my friend Guy Taylor's name. I was like, wow. Now, Guy Taylor, bless him, sadly a few years ago. Now, Guy had a big. So what happened with Guy? I met Guy quite a few times. Real beautiful, down to earth geezer. And if send me condolences out and me love to Linda. What a beautiful woman. And Guy sadly passed away, caught cancer, but he had a big manor house. His old man left him a fortune. And he openly admitted he squandered most of it away, but he had a few properties, this, that, the other. So they come to take the manor house off of him, the mafia. So Hannah Rose was there at the time. Hannah Rose, my gorgeous Bristolian mate, she's just finishing up her law degree. She's going to make such a difference in the world, let me tell you. This woman is going to go in and illuminate that system like you got no tomorrow. There can be no continuance of this reign of terror when people like Hannah are going to be going in there and changing it. Trust me. Now, I spoke to Hannah, and she is going in there to illuminate, mate. Trust me. So anyway, Guy, 50 coppers turned up, SPG vans, this, that, the other, and Hannah and quite were in the manor house trying to stop the police from getting in and taking it, because we know that they're violent, fucking weaponized twats nowadays. So as Hannah opened the door, because the police said, if you don't open the door now, we're going to just come in and attack you. And they lovely people, aren't they, the old Bill? The Rottweilers, yeah? The Rotties. I'm going to call them the Rotties from now on. I'm not going to call them the police. I'm going to call them the Rotties. So whenever you hear me reference the police, I'm going to be talking about the Rotties turned up, right? So the Rotties turned up, and they're snarling. Hannah opened. She was laying on the couch downstairs, right, just chilling out. This was early hours of the morning. When she opened the door, these Rotties come flying in. And what they did, one of them come up to her face, and he had a cattle prod. Yeah? And he said, if you don't get out now, I'm going to zap you with this. and we protect these Rotties. They're doing such a great job in the community. Kent Rotties label outside their headquarters up at Park Wood is serving and protecting the people of Kent. Now, that's inverted. That's Orwellian, because it's Orwellian was ignorance is strength, freedom is slavery, and war is peace. So that's Orwellian, because if it was genuinely 100% serving and protecting, they wouldn't be out doing what they're doing.
And then I came across.
It's funny, isn't it?
Keep Britain Free. I joined the movement now. And
go on, Tatiana.
and I'm hoping that we can somehow
Can everybody hear this all right?
against the tyranny. But it's been hard because the family, the English side of the family that we have here is not doesn't want to listen to different point of view. They they just don't question what's going on. They just think that we'll go back to new normal soon, to normal soon. That that
She's making a valid point here, right? If people in my country, right, England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, if you think that you're going back to normal as you knew life before, think again. Don't be wearing your masks and wearing your gloves looking like Michael Jackson in a vanity, in that you're some super warrior and that you're doing all of this to go back to the normal. Ain't happening. Sorry. You'll wear their mask for the next 10 years and you still won't get it. You're just going to follow the orders. You will not go back to normal. The system now is on the radio. Oh, get ready to the new normal. There's nothing normal about this. It's abnormal, right? But the system now has put all of its elements into place. The 5G's up. All the shops have got all their technologies in. The schools have got all the technologies in. They've got all these split screens. I guarantee to you, if you're walking around your towns now thinking that you're some eco warrior because you've got a mask on and you're breathing back all your own toxins into your body, that you're doing it for a just and verified cause, you're a fucking idiot. Sorry, but it ain't happening. And in 5 years' time, I do believe that these mask wearers will still be wearing the masks and won't have twigged to the fact that it's all been a massive con. Yeah. There is no going back to the way of life, ladies and gentlemen, that you knew before, unless you listen to Tatiana and people like me. Actual fact, what I'm loving about watching all these videos is I don't seem to like. They used to talk to me about like I was a bit of a nutcase. Turn it up. You want it turned up? Hang on a sec then.
we'll go back to old normal, and that's really not the case anymore. I actually, excuse me, I actually went to hospital recently for my eye appointment, and I was talking to the optometrist, and he was saying that how during the lockdown that he was seeing one patient a day, if that, and then he would do nothing for the rest of the day. How many people now in a worse position than they were before the lockdown, and they have to wear all the PPE now, and it's just ridiculous. And he said that if he's against it, it's not necessary, and all these measurements they've introduced, and he said if he goes against it, that he'll be disciplined. That he doesn't know many people, but he knows probably about 6 people who had COVID.
Nice one, Trev.
Or who tested positive for it, and that he only knows about one that died. But yeah, he's been disagreeing with what's been happening as well, and he actually agreed with me when I said that a lot of NHS staff has been silenced, and he definitely agreed with that. And they're trying to induce fear, and now what happened today after today's announcements is completely, I don't know what.
So that's Tatiana. That's a bit of Tatiana. Fantastic channel. She's actual fact, right? When I tuned in to Anna Breeze 3 or 4 days ago, she had 21,000 subscribers. She's now got just under 26. So she's gone up in a week another 5,000 subscribers because of what she's doing. This is so genius. She's giving everyday people, all of us, because we all matter. All lives matter, ladies and gentlemen. All lives. All right. Kate Orson, she's a writer and parent educator. She's living in Italy, I think, right now, something like that. AKA Jay, he's a songwriter, hypnotherapist. It's fantastic. There's Anna Breeze herself. What she's doing with this channel is just amazing. She's fair play, man. She's fair play. God bless her because so now we're seeing everyday normal people getting their messages out. Before you disrespect some of us, might want to do a background check. We still know how to do what we used to do. Ain't that the truth? What's his name? That's fucking, what do I call it? Alfie Evans. Unsealed Ghislaine Maxwell documents exposing nauseating allegations of abuse. There is firm allegations that this is a guy, Simon Dolan, KBF. There's Simon Dolan at is that Twitter? Is this a Twitter post? Maybe someone's took this from. I am an NHS doctor in Surrey. We had some COVID cases, never overrun, been quiet for several months. Colleagues in GP have got nothing to do. Would love to be able to speak up publicly, but it's like North Korea at our hospitals. Only allowed an opinion if you follow the party line. Wow. That's from a doctor. Welcome to communism. Welcome to communism. So, yeah, another one on DeGeneres. Look, Ellen DeGeneres is telling show executives all it quits. Obviously been up to no good. How sad is it? There's my mate Dale there. The selfishness of this country is unreal. Ghislaine Maxwell had sex with a 15-year-old girl, court documents claimed. Now, is this all bread and circuses? Lord only knows. Here's Nigel Farage. He's been fronted up by G4S here. We've got a G4S man here. So don't film me, don't want to be on screen, don't be on screen, no. This hotel now just being used for the people coming over on the boats. Look, don't get me wrong. I've got a mate of mine who's a GP, as Korean, and he's Vietnam, Vietnamese. I think it's Vietnamese. Yeah, because we asked. Yeah, he's Vietnamese. He come over in the 80s as him and his brother come over as Vietnamese boat people. And we had Vietnamese boat people on my old estate in London where I used to live. He's a GP now. He's a good solid egg. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what the future brings. But all I know is that all this thing that we got going on right now with the throat slitting, we've got no morals. This is another round of breeze. This is a guy that rung into the Jeremy Vines show and got lambasted. Calling him a conspiracy theorist, and he was asked, due to his opinions, would he be prepared to start a waiver with the NHS that if he caught coronavirus because of his actions, he wouldn't get any treatment? Well, that's a nonsensical question, right? And that reporter on that TV program needs shooting, in my opinion, because the NHS ain't there to judge, ladies and gentlemen. They're not there to judge. They're not there to judge you for your views. They're not there to judge you on what you believe in. They're there to do a clinical assessment of your condition and treat you accordingly. They're not there to get involved in politics. They're there because they care, allegedly. Whilst everyone's been out clapping the NHS, some of us have been digging in a little bit deeper to the nefarious actions of what's actually going on, if you get this. So here we see a post talking about hydroxychloroquine, which is been healing people like there's no wannabe gangster virus. And like I said at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, if I truly believe that we was living in a time period where people were dropping like flies, this virus was really a bit tasty, I wouldn't be knocking around with people. I wouldn't be going around my golf course. I wouldn't be high-fiving people when, you know, you make a birdie putt. I wouldn't be going out doing people's plumbing problems or rodding their drains. I wouldn't. But I'm not seeing evidence. And someone that likes to see the evidence. If I go to someone's house and they've got a leak through the ceiling, I'll go, oh, you've got a leak through the ceiling, yeah? Righto. I'll come around and fix it. I'll go around there. I see the evidence. I find the problem. I see the evidence and I deal with it because I'm an evidence-based individual. I want to know why something has happened. It's my cognitive brain. It's the way I rationale, you know. But we don't seem to have that kind of thing anymore. And genuinely, our government are torturing us into submission. Now, Kate Shiamani here is she's got a website called Natural Nurse in a Toxic World. She's beautiful. She's been ridiculed. People say, oh, you're ugly, this, that. She said, I don't care. I really don't care what you think what I look like. I really don't care if I go out the bed and my hair's all backwards one day. I don't care. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't get involved in what I look like. Oh, he's wearing his dressing gown. Who gives a flying fuck? Do you know what I mean? Who cares? It's about the content of the information that people are bringing. All right. Jojo, 49, Somerset. She's another she's telling us what's been going on in her life and how her husband weren't getting any treatment. The NHS said no, thank you. Paul, another guy, web engineer. And this, here we go back again. This is funny. My mate William, that's just so funny. It cracks me up. That is just a very uncanny likeness of me, isn't it? Really, it's fucking funny. I look like Alan Carr. I never see it till today. Look, there's Alan Carr here. Look, there's Alan Carr. Let's have a good look at this. Look, it's funny, isn't it? How fun is that? It's really funny, man. So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. If we believe that what's going on in the world as normal and that what we're doing is normal, that wearing a mask is a new normal, you don't have mask on. Fuck off! I'm not a dog. I'm not on a leash. See, Mikey Reynolds grew up in the same manner as I did. He told them to fuck off. I do use the cuss word every now and again because I think it's quite powerful in the way you deliver it. Someone then stands back and goes, oh, fucking hell, he's a bit tidy. It's a bit tasty. He ain't taking no nonsense. That's what it does. So, because you're not messing at that point, are you? You're telling them clear. You're sending that clear message. And Londoners, we liked a little cuss out. We did. My granddad's favourite word was always "carson." I don't know what it means. But every time we went somewhere and someone was doing something bad, he'd go, cool, look at that cow, son. And I'll be looking around and go, what the? Favourite word of my granddad, cow, son. Look at that cow, son. Look. I'm like, where's the cow, son, granddad? You'll get to know one day, boy. They have no power to enforce their idiotic scaremongering. And so I've got on the trains, sans mask. Go on. So you're on the trains as well with no mask on, Mikey. Vive la Mike Reynolds. Oh, brother, I knew I loved you for a reason. God bless you. It depends what he's doing, Mike. If he opted for his soul back, the proof will be in the pudding. Oh, we're talking about Boris. Who knows? Does your missus have to wear a mask at work? Yeah, my missus does. She chooses to wear a mask. She chooses to wear a mask. Like, it's her choice. I'm not here to bend people into my way of thinking. I'm just here as a bit of a watchman, maybe, saying, like, you know, peeps, pay attention, watch what's going on, be vigilant. Cow son, very 50s. Yeah, what, my cow son? Look at him, the cow son. I'm just like, what, granddad, what are you talking? What's this word, man? What's this word? It's funny, everyone used to use it back then. I'm not here to, you know, sort of get down and dirty on you. I'm just here saying, you know, pay attention. Things might not be just as you think they are. And if you passively accept what's coming, this new normal, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll tell you what, I was imagine yesterday in 42 degrees, there was a lot of people questioning what they had on their face. Let me tell you, it must have been having like a Tampax up your nostrils. Can you imagine 42 degrees heat and then you've got the mask on, breathing back in your own heat that you're trying to get rid of? My good God. That's why dogs pant. When it gets hot, they're out there panting because that's how they get rid of their heat out of their body. They can't sweat. So, no Farage. Nigel Farage is getting really passionate about what's going on. Let me tell you. Now, is he a fool guy? Who knows? I've never met Nigel. I had a couple of messages off him years ago with Godfrey Bloom. I was quite pally with Godfrey Bloom and chatty and stuff like that. So, you know, I've been trying hard for many years now just to gently get people to wake up. But I'm just sat over here right now doing my nails going, told you so. It's all coming true. I was given these visions of what was coming. And but oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're a loon. Well, it's all coming out into full view now, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to have a little bit of Bible time, a little bit of study, a little bit of contemplation this Saturday morning. I worked so hard yesterday. When I got home last night, we worked in a courtyard all day yesterday, doing a load of decking and ceiling works and that in this house, and it was so hot. I thought I was going to pass out, man. It was so. My mate come in and I was sat in the kitchen to have a cool down. He said, "You look like a beetroot." Yeah, Godfrey Bloom's a good man. Godfrey Bloom. Godfrey Bloom. Yes. Oh, this is how you beat the virus. Good old English stout. Come on. He's very stiff up my lip. Godfrey, love him. He's good man. He's just out there trying to say to people, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But everyone go, no, you can't disagree with the BBC and the government. They're gods. Well, they're running you into the Thames, ladies and gentlemen. They're really not good for you people. These politicians right now, they're deep down and dastardly. They're like Dick Dastardly and Muttley. That's what they are. I think you should all be paying attention. But everyone's questioning it now. These muzzles are not going to be too good to be wearing in November and December, and once all the furlough stops in a couple of weeks' time, bosh, you're going to see the ethos of this country change, because it's all been quite cool. You've all been sold a carrot, haven't you? Wear a mask, have a furlough payment, stay at home, do what you want to do, buy dogs and horses and cats and just live your life, buy some golf clubs. Have you noticed how expensive everything is right now? Yeah, because everyone's been furloughed. They're all looking for things to do, but that's all stopping soon. And then when half the employers in this country say, got no work for you, fucking hell, excuse my French, when that furlough payment stops, you're going to see the mood of this country change, let me tell you. You'd have been proud nobody in Bermondsey was wearing a mask in the jolly old co-op. Go on, Bermondsey. Woo! My friend lives in Bermondsey, Teddy Dory. She's a demon. She's lovely. I love her to pieces. She don't take no nonsense. She's only tiny, but she's out there. She's giving it large. She calls all this nonsense out for what it is. And it is a nonsense. If you want to be muzzled, carry on wearing the muzzle. It's not going away anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen. The gloves, the goggles, which will be coming soon in the next week or two, you're going to have a mask. You're going to have your gloves on. And you're going to have goggles on. And then whatever bum fluffer is going to be coming after that, I have no idea. But now they're saying next week, gloves on. So there you go. These gloves all scattered in the high streets, going to be spreading disease and pestilence, the same as these masks now, all festering today down in the town centres. People took them off and thrown away. These wear once ones. The ones you make yourself, it's quite funny. My missus has been making them, right? She's been making some masks for work and this, that, because they do theatre work. And she's made these ones that are a bit pointed at the front. And her mate come round the other day, Susie, and she put one on and she held it over her boob. And it fitted perfectly. I went, you could be making your own bikini tops out of them, getting a fortune for them. She's funny, my missus. She is. Because she's in theatre all the time, surgery on animals and all that, then they do wear masks. South Londoners, carry the flag, take them on at your peril. Mate, I couldn't agree any more. I couldn't agree more. I was born and bred in Peckham. I've never forgotten my roots. I know I am, and I certainly ain't no government puppet. They always used to say to me, you ain't been to school today. So what? Oh, we ain't really got an answer for that. I used to challenge them all the time at school. They ain't got to do anything to me. Leave me alone. Fuck off. and they never touch me. They won't come near me. It's funny, isn't it, how some of us are like this. The price has gone up because we're still able to afford it. Yeah, you went to the furlough stop. Oh, and there's a massive change in attitude then when my furlough stopped, boss. When are we going back to work? Well, no, sorry, we've packed up. What do you mean we've gone? No, that's it. Oh, so I'm out without a job now. Yeah, you got one of the biggest depressions you've never seen before coming when that furlough stops. Oh. Let me tell you, I'm not taking the piss. I'm just look. This new normal is not normal, is it? We have to do something about it, and individually. Mike, by having it out yesterday and not wearing a mask, boom. You got the beacon of hope right there. You got the beacon of hope, prosperity, and greatness. One individual's actions. If each of you carry on doing this, no, I ain't wearing your fucking mask. Go and put your face nappy on, you order following drone. You'll start hammering the message home to these people, right? You really will. So, peeps, I'm going to go. 20 past 10. We've been on an hour and 11 minutes this morning. Can you believe it? Didn't time fly? I got a bit of headache this morning. I've been a bit muzzy myself. Yesterday was just mental. It blew me away how hard we worked. And the heat was just crazy. So I can't imagine what it must have been like wearing a mask, especially in a city centre. And there must have been so many people passed out and maybe died yesterday from these masks. Who knows? God bless them if they did. So I will be seeing you at some point over the weekend. Stay blessed, stay safe. As always, keep continuing to talk to your friends, your family. Spread this love, spread the video, spread Anna Breeze, spread as much as you can. And just gently try and get your families and friends to start paying attention there. Because I really truthfully believe they're in a time period where they've got no choice but to start paying attention there. Because if you're not paying attention right now, let me tell you, tomorrow is not going to be so great unless you decide to make a change. I'll see you all soon.